everybody. My name is Edgar Siponuves. I'm a tutor from Learning Masters, and I would love to tutor you some mathematics. Okay, in this video, I'd like to do one problem, one question, just to show you what a lesson with me looks like. Okay, it's a math question. It's one math question. It's a series question from a Cambridge mathematics exam, and I hope that you can engage well with this video and that you enjoy it and that it helps you in your understanding of sequences and series. It's just a short question. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is the question. The question is called an arithmetic progression has a first term 7. Usually the symbol for a first term is A. So we're going to say A is 7. The nth term is 84. So Tn is equal to 84. And the 3nth term is 245. T3n is 245. Find the value of n. They told me it's an arithmetic progression. And so I should know that the formula for an arithmetic progression is A plus n minus 1 times D. D is a constant difference, n is a position number, Tn is a term number, and A is the first term of the sequence. Okay, so we want to find the value of n. So they gave us this information and they gave us that information. With this problem, each of these pieces of information about Tn and T3n will give us two separate equations with two unknowns, where n and d are unknown. And whenever in math you have two equations with two unknowns, then you can solve the problem simultaneously. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this problem. So I'm going to use this piece of information first. So Tn is 84. We know that A is 7 plus, just write that neatly, n minus 1 d. Remember, I don't know what n is, I don't know what d is, so I'm going to try and simplify this further, 7. So when you multiply this you must distribute the d. So d times n is dn, d times negative 1 is minus d. Then we're going to simplify this by subtracting 7 on both sides. If you subtract 7 on both sides, then you get 84 minus 7 is actually 77. And then dn minus d. I'm going to call this equation 1. Right. Now T3n. Okay, T3n, that's where I'm going to go now. For T3n, now the term number is 245. First term is still 7. Then n, we're not going to replace this n by n. We're dealing with 3n, so it's 3n minus 1 multiplied by d. Distribute 245 is equal to 7. D times 3n is 3dn. D times negative 1 is negative d. I'm going to simplify by subtracting 7 on both sides. It gives me 238. 245 minus 7 gives me 238. And then 3dn minus d. So then I simplify. I've simplified it. Now I've got equation 2 and equation 1. Now, when you want to solve an equation simultaneously, you need one of the variables to temporarily disappear. So I need to get rid of n or d and then solve for the one variable and then back substitute to find the other. So what I'm going to do, I've got a 3d here. These numbers in equation 2, they seem to be bigger than the ones in equation 1. So essentially, I can actually cancel some of the variables by subtracting these equations, but I'm going to do more than subtract the equations. I'm going to say, take equation 2 minus 3 times equation 1. That's what I'm going to do. Why am I saying 3 times equation 1? It's because if I say minus 3 times equation 1, I'm going to multiply every term in equation 1 by 3. And when I minus equation 1, when I take my equation 1, multiply it by 3, and subtract it from equation 2, I'm going to get the dn to disappear. Then I will be left with just a d. Then I'll find out the value of d, back substitute, find the value of n. So equation 2 is 238 equals 3dn minus n minus 3 times equation 1. Now we're going to subtract 3 times equation 1. It means we multiply every term in equation 1 by 3. Then we subtract it. So 77 multiplied by 3 is 231. So we're going to multiply by every term in equation 1 by minus 3. So 77 times negative 3 is negative 231. dn times negative 3 is minus 3dn. Negative d times negative 3 is plus 3d. Then I'm just going to combine these equations. 238 minus 238 238 minus 231. I'm looking here on my paper because I've done this already just to save time in this lesson. This becomes 7. Then 3dn minus 3dn. The 3dn's cancel out. They are gone. Then negative d plus 3d. That gives you 2d. So now you divide both sides by 2. So d is 3.5. D is 3.5. So now that you have d as 3.5, you can substitute this back into either equation 1 or equation 2. I choose to substitute it into equation 1 because I've seen that d is 3.5. I'm going to substitute it back into equation 1 and then solve. So equation 1, let me do that in a different color. Equation 1 is 77 equals nd. We now know that d is 7 over 2. Can write it as 7 over 2. And then minus 7 over 2 because d is 7 over 2. Let me simplify. I'm going to add 7 over 2 on both sides. So take the minus 7 over 2 to the other side. When I do that, I get, looking here, let me work it out. Stop looking on the paper. 77 plus 7 over 2, it's 161 over 2. And now I'm left with 7 over 2n. Then I divide both sides by 7 over 2. So 161 over 2 divided by 7 over 2. That's equal to n. How do I get to this? I know when you solve an equation in algebra, to get this variable n by itself, you must divide by the coefficient. So divide by 7 over 2 on both sides. 161 over 2 divided by 7 over 2. That leads me to a final result of n, or n is equal to 23. So for this one, n is 23 and d is 7 over 2. And that's the end of this lesson, this video. I just wanted to show you how a lesson with me will be. Of course, I'll be engaging more with you, taking you through the process, taking you through the understanding, asking you a lot of questions, prompting you to think and further deepen your understanding. Okay? I won't be looking to the side as much, perhaps, because you'll be there to interact with me and we can get through all of these steps together and deepen your understanding. Thank you so much. I hope this video is helpful and I hope it inspires you to choose to work with Learning Masters. I hope this video excites you to work with me as much as it excites me to work with you. Have a great day.